lunch, I'll hand out some papers, return papers. Oh, wait a minute, I don't know where it is now. Did somebody claim that 5-3 homework? Yeah, it was here.
Yeah. Wait. No, you know mine. I had that.
All right, guys, here we go.
So I put some thank you. And then I tried the other side.
All right, here we go. We're going to find the exact value of 255. Who's got an idea? This is review. We are supposed to know this already. Let's see what we can remember.
1/8/45.
Okay, so one option would be 300 minus 45. Did anybody think of a different option? What are you doing? So 300 minus 45, we'll just go with that. That's a great, great, great option. So now I can look at my formula sheet. And what is the formula? The identity, sum and difference for sine, specifically difference. What does it say? Sine 300 cosine 45 minus cosine 300 sine 45. Now somebody asked me the other day, do these have to be in this order? And the answer is no. So if you do sine cosine minus sine cosine, that's fine. Just have the right angles attached to it. But the order, it's multiply, so it's fine. All right, now I need these numbers. Now you've done these in your notes, you've done them in your homework. What do you remember about the cosine and sine of 45? You remember those without drawing a picture? Root 2 over 2, isn't it 1 over root 2? So these are those root 2 over 2s. Now 300, you may or may not have memorized, I don't. So I'm going to have to draw 300. This is 300, right? Everybody okay with that? There's 300. What does that make my reference angle then? 60. So I got a root 3, a 1, and a 2. And the root 3 is negative. I caught that quite a bit in homework problems. You're kind of forgetting the negatives. You know, when you're not in quadrant 1, you gotta keep that in the back of your mind. Okay, so what's the sign? Negative root 3 over 2. And what's the cosine? 1/2. Remember that each individual section here is times. So this is negative root 6 over 4 minus root 2 over 4. And we normally combine that and make it negative root 6 minus root 2 over 4. If you pick different numbers, like when I wrote it down, I immediately thought 2/7/45. I would have, this word would be different in here, but the answer would be exactly the same. Any question about that?
Sine x equals 2. What is that? Is there no
Can
angle?
sine x ever equal 2?
No, I didn't think so. Okay.
All right, here we go. Next problem. Now, what is kind of special about cosine 2a? What's special about that one?
You can write it in a bunch of
You can write it in different ways. And any of the ways will work. Any of the ways are correct. They're all correct. But given this right here, which way would probably be easiest for me? 1 minus 2 sine squared. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Miss Ford, you didn't draw a picture, and you always draw pictures. Yeah, I do. I always draw pictures unless I have exactly what I need already. And all I need for this formula is the sign, and don't I have the sign? So I'm just gonna put 2/5 right in there. Now notice, this means the sign is being squared. So it's 2/5 being squared. So that's 1 minus 2 times 4/25, which is 1 minus 8/25, which is gonna leave me with 17/25 as the answer to the question. Everybody got it? Okay, let's get this next one set up. Cosine A/2. That one I really don't have an option for that one. What is my formula for the cosine of half an angle? Cosine A/2 is plus or minus the square root of 1, oops, be careful, 1 plus cosine over 2. So to do this formula, the piece of information I need is the cosine. Would you agree with that? I don't have that. This is what they gave me right here. So for this one, I am gonna draw a picture. And where am I gonna draw my picture? Which is? Second quadrant, thank you. And the sign is 2/5, which makes the cosine what? Or what's the sign? Negative root 21, which means the cosine of this angle, this is A, this is a picture of A, the cosine of that angle is negative root 21 over 5. Are you okay with that? So I'm gonna bring that over and plug it in my formula now. So this is actually gonna become 1 minus because it's a negative. Is that okay with everybody? Let's get rid of that complex fraction. So I'll times everything by 5. And you can stop right there or you can keep going, whatever flips your switch. Well, I'm just gonna stop. Except for one thing. What's the last thing I have to do? That's a mess to clean up. That would be a mess. What is the last thing I do have to do? Figure out if it's plus or minus. So I want you to go back to the given and understand that the original angle, the one that I drew, is between 90 and 180. But the question is not about the original angle. The question is about half the angle. So if the original is between 90 and 180, then where is half of it? Between 45 and 90, which is quadrant 1, and everything is positive. You gotta make the call on that.
And then once we're positive and negative, we determine like if cosine, like if our cosine, never mind.
Okay. All right, so enough of that. Okay, we're gonna finish this when we get back from lunch and go over any homework questions you might have.